Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at the hot gossip on you. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. For pile number 1, we have the rose quartz crystal. For pile number 2, we have blue apatite. And for pile number 3, we have Malachite Chrysocolla. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose this rose quartz crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at the hot gossip on you. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you do find yourself resonating with these messages, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. Also, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, bookings are open. I'm taking my last few readings for the year, and then I'm going to be taking a break for a while with personal readings. So if you don't want to miss out, send me an email to make a booking. You can find my email address in the description box below. So let's get started with your reading. As you can see, I've already pre-shuffled your cards. You have Poe with time for change, to learn something new, to use technology and gadgets with wisdom. You have the grumpy red fairy with be your true self. You have faceless ghosts and the haunted girl with ghost people, and sea storm with calm amid chaos. So what I feel from your pile so far is people could gossip about you a lot on the phone, through technology. So for example, let's say somebody is text messaging a friend of theirs and gossiping about you. I could potentially see something like that. People could even gossip or talk about your photos or your social media, where they're kind of like looking at your social media together or trying to find information on you through social media to gossip about you. So that's definitely something I do see here. Some of these people that are gossiping about you seem to be very immature people. They seem to be people with no lives or interests of their own, and all they do is gossip about other people. All they do is talk about other people, but they don't necessarily have plans of their own, things they're doing in their own life. I do think a lot of people, when they're gossiping about you, could project onto you, like project their own insecurities onto you. It seems as though people get intimidated and get triggered by you because you're being your true self, you're being true to yourself. You have a very big personality, a very strong personality, and you're not afraid of expressing yourself. You could be very photogenic and take a lot of photos and post on social media often. Whereas some of you could be more private on social media, but you're still seen as photogenic. So that is part of the gossip on you, where people are looking at your photos, admiring how you look, but then some people are kind of projecting their own insecurities because they don't feel good about themselves. So I see an energy of like someone saying, oh, they're not all that. Oh, do you think she's prettier than me? Or I kind of see energies like that, kind of like petty energies. And it could even be that someone feels threatened by you, to do with like a love partner. That's what I'm channeling here. So, for example, let's say you started dating someone new and their ex is gossiping about you to their friends and saying, do you think this person's new girlfriend is prettier than me? That's just an example of the energy, but take it as it resonates. Even if you're a man watching, there could be another man that is intimidated by you, or threatened by you. So that's something I see here. People could often talk about your goals or your endeavors or the things you're working on, People could also say that you're quite lucky in a way when it comes to opportunities you're receiving or the changes that are happening in your life that seem to be really making a positive effect on your life. People could also be gossiping about your abundance in some way or money in some way with the number 8 here. And the reason I said luck is because we have 7, 7. And 5 is here as well, which is also a number of change, and we have time for change. So people could definitely be gossiping about the changes that are happening in your life currently, and you'll kind of fit that accordingly to how life is happening for you, what changes have happened recently for you, whether that be internal changes, changes you've made to the way you look, or just changes in your life in general. People say that they love the fact that you don't try to be something you're not. You're truly comfortable with being your real self in public. Like, you're very real, you're raw, you're honest, you're authentic to yourself. And yeah, you don't hide yourself. You express yourself as you are, and people love that about you. So people may definitely talk about that, but some may definitely also feel insecure about that and gossip about you negatively because they're projecting insecurities onto you. Faceless ghosts makes me also think of, with technology and social media, you know how some people comment anonymous things? I don't know if you've had any anonymous bullies online. They could be people that are envious of you. If you have had that, people could also be gossiping about your home or family life or the chaos that you've kind of been through in life as well, and how you kind of overcame that. There's something about people gossiping about loving your hair. There's a lot of dark-haired people in this pile, especially the way your hair looks when it's wet or when it's a little bit, I don't know how to explain this, but you know when sometimes your hair isn't perfect? Like, let's say I brushed my hair in the morning and then by the end of the day, it's not perfect, but it looks really good. But then when I brush it again, it's not going to look as good. I hope you get what I'm talking about. Something about your hair or the way it looks naturally, like when it's kind of just naturally falling down and it doesn't look too perfect, but doesn't look messy at the same time either. I see people loving the way your hair looks and talking about that. Also, something about your eyes too and your eyebrows. Someone could also be trying to read cards on you, trying to get information on you. People may also gossip about things they've heard about you that may or may not necessarily be true, where they don't know if it's true or not. So I see them saying to somebody else, I heard this from this person. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but this is what I heard about pile number 1. So I am seeing that, and I'm tasting healthy food. I'm tasting vegetables. So someone here could be eating very healthily at the moment, and people could definitely be gossiping about that as well. So now I'm going to take out your tarot cards. So we have the Four of Swords in the reverse, the Knight of Wands reverse, Eight of Wands reverse, Seven of Wands, and Nine of Cups. So interestingly enough, we have so much fire energy here. You could be an Aries, Sagittarius, or a Leo, or you could find that a lot of fire signs are gossiping about you at the moment. I also see something about a pregnancy that doesn't have to be for everyone. And now I'm tasting vodka, so some people could speak about you. Weird message. Some people could speak about you while they're drinking, like with their friends. You're definitely seen as an underdog to many. I feel like, yeah, definitely like a lot of people have projected onto you, and some people may even talk about that where they say that, I don't understand why people are always like unnecessarily mean to pile number one because they've never done anything to that person. So let's say somebody was being mean to you in front of other people. Other people could be speaking about that in a way, defending you and saying, I don't get why this person was so unnecessarily rude to pile number one, because pile number one didn't deserve it. And a lot of people could be talking about your successes or the things you've achieved in life, the wishes that have come true for you with the Nine of Cups. And they could be talking about the fact that it's probably jealousy, because the Seven of Wands comes after the Six of Wands, right? And the Seven of Wands is when people are kind of attacking the person for gaining success. And the Nine of Cups is here, which is about wish fulfillment, wishes coming true. So some people may be talking about the fact that, those people that are maybe negatively gossiping about you, or maybe someone hears a rumor about you and they're like, that's not true. I bet the person that spread this rumor was jealous of pile number one because of the things pile number one has, where maybe they're just trying to prey on pile number one because of jealousy and envy and things like that. So that's what I see here. So you could definitely have something that other people want but don't have, whether that be in your love life, your career, blessings you've received, your happiness, your peace. I definitely see that you've had a lot of people kind of try to take away your peace from you with the Four of Swords reverse, because I feel like you are able to stay calm within chaos. You're able to stay calm even when somebody is coming at you with negative energy. You try to not let people ruin your day, because I feel like you've had a lot of energy vampires trying to like come at you and project onto you and say all these mean things to your face, but then it kind of feels like they try to trigger you on purpose because they see you having peace and they see you having happiness of your own. And that saying, misery loves company? It's like they're stealing your energy by triggering you. So be sure to not let people see them triggering you, if that makes sense. Be sure to not give people reactions that they want from you. And if you haven't given people those reactions, they could be speaking about it like, I don't understand. I said this thing to pile number one and they didn't even look angry. They didn't even react. And it perhaps made them even more angry. Or they could be speaking about your reaction to them, where they're sort of painting you as a villain when they were the one that came at you in the first place. The Seven of Swords is at the back of the deck, so yeah, there is a lot of jealousy coming towards this pile, being projected towards this pile. People may be even speaking about you in a negative light to try to change the narrative or change the way other people see you. Let's say you had a falling out with someone, they could be telling their side of the story but twisting the truth to make themselves look better and to make you look bad in the situation. So I feel like you're definitely protecting your peace, and the truth always comes to light. So, and people are not dumb, so eventually people will find out what's true and what's not. I've had this happen before in my experience, where people find out the truth and then they kind of turn on that person. So, yeah, that's what I feel like is going to happen sooner or later, because you are energetically protected. The reason I say so, on the Seven of Wands card, we have this protection rune. So it's a symbol of energetic protection. The Eight of Wands reverse, I feel like there's someone that hurt you that is... This is a weird energy. I don't like this energy. There's someone that hurt you that is bragging about the way they hurt you and about the way you're crying over them and you haven't moved on from them, which is very sus to me. Like, why are you bragging about hurting someone? You know what I mean? That's weird, but there's someone in your life that did that. And obviously they're very immature as a person. That's very sadistic in nature, So I think if they're telling people that, eventually people around them aren't going to trust them or like them. Knight of Wands reverse tells me that when people talk about you, they say that you're not a very impulsive or reactive person. Um, you kind of just try to be peaceful in a way. You try to stay calm. You don't want chaotic energies around you. So, say for example, you're at work or school. Like, you don't want people to rush you with your work. You want to do it from this peaceful place of like, I'm doing this properly, I'm staying focused. So that's definitely what people say about you. This is what I have for you, pile number 1. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 2s. If you chose this blue apatite crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at the hot gossip on you. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you find yourself resonating with these messages, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, bookings are open right now. I'm going to be taking my last few readings for the year, and then I'm going to be taking a break for a while with personal readings. So if you don't want to miss out, send me an email to make a booking. You can find my email address in the description box below. So let's get started with your reading. As you can see, I've already pre-shuffled your cards. You have the 3 fates with what comes around. The snow angel with the signs are with you already. Ghosts of the past with the past returns for a time. Violet angel with breaking dawn. So what I feel from your pile initially is, when somebody speaks about you and they have no new information on you. So essentially, I'm seeing a group of people sit together and one person is gossiping, right? And they have already said this about you before. They've already gossiped about this topic before, but now they're bringing it up again. And then I see people around them getting annoyed, like, you already told me this, why are you telling me this again? But maybe that person forgot that they told those people those things. And what I'm getting is sometimes when people gossip about you, they could lie about you, and sometimes give themselves away or expose themselves without realizing when they repeat said gossip and change the storyline up a bit. Because sometimes when they speak about you to different people, they change the storyline and then they kind of tell on themselves about maybe lies they've told about you because of changing up their storyline. And then I see the people around them being like, what? But last time you said it was this, now you say it's this. Your story isn't making sense. What are you lying about? And then they kind of look at this person suspiciously. So I do think there are one or a few people that kind of love to speak about you, love to gossip about you over and over and over again, and then kind of change the story each time, build on the story each time. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock, and it's like they're not really progressing within their own life. And you are. And I do sense that there's a lot of bitterness about that in terms of whoever I'm picking up on. You could have a lot of people from your past that gossip about you a lot. There is someone that is afraid of you, and they're gossiping about that because there's some kind of feeling of, this is what I'm channeling and seeing clairvoyantly. Even with that previous message, I saw it clairvoyantly. So what I'm seeing visually now is someone speak about you and they're saying to a friend of theirs, I'm seeing male energy, but it doesn't have to be. this part. The previous one I was picking up on female energy, but anyways, doesn't matter. I see someone speaking to another person and saying, I did this to pile number 2. They never found out about it. But right after I did that, something bad happened to me. Like, they got some kind of karma, even though you never knew about it. And so they're afraid of you. They're afraid you find out. They're asking their other friend, do you think pile number 2 knows? Do you think they found out? Like, what did they do? Did they, did they do something? Or is it just instant karma? So I kind of pick up on that energy with the 3 fates and what comes around. And certain people could be speaking about you in a way where maybe they've seen the things other people have done to you that were deceitful or negative in a way, and they saw firsthand how another person got karma. And so now I'm hearing in my mind, never mess with pile number 2 because something freaky and strange is going on. They don't know what it's about. They don't know what it is exactly, but maybe they think it's karma. I don't know, but they're like, something freaky or crazy or creepy is going on. This person did this to pile number 2, and right after this thing happened to them, and I saw it firsthand. What the F? And they're kind of scared while they're saying that. So I do see that. And then there's a lot of like suspicious energies here of like, what do you think happened? And they're asking each other that. So with the signs are with you already, you may have already picked up on this energetically. You may be intuitive, or you may have like actually heard about the gossip that was said about you from other people, or you may have heard about it from another reading, and then maybe something was repeated in this reading. I don't know, but something about that's coming through. Or maybe some of you dream about the things people say about you, or you just instinctively feel like somebody's talking about me right now, but I don't know who. And there's definitely, yes, a lot of people from your past like to talk about you, but people also love to talk about your past because I feel like right now you are very private. You're not really sharing much about what's going on in your life. So people only have past things to speak about. Like I said, there's this feeling of no new information, no new gossip, and people keep recycling old gossip about you because they can't find any dirt on you or anything new on you besides what they can already see. But what they are speaking about from what they can see is that you seem to be doing much better with your life lately. It seems like you've cut certain people out from your past, out of your life, and it just seems like life is blessing you. It just seems like you have this healthy glow about you at the moment, and you look like you're doing really well lately. People talk about you being very innovative. Someone here could be creative. People could also speak about your body looking good at the moment, and they love the way you do your makeup if you're a woman watching or if you wear makeup. And there's also something about liking the way you do your hairstyles. Um, and if you are creative, like people could speak about your art or your creativity, and they could see how innovative you are with your ideas or just ideas in general if it's not art. But that's what I'm definitely seeing. I also see something about someone was offended by you and they're speaking about that. But what I feel energetically is you said something to someone because you were just trying to help them. It wasn't coming from a negative intention, but this person took it in the wrong way. That's a specific message for someone. And I'm hearing this person almost say, how could they say that? That's not true. Like, and then the other person hearing them say that, like their other friends, are looking at each other with a side eye. You know, when somebody says something like, oh, this person said this about me and that's not true. And then you kind of look at the other person, but you're not saying anything. And then you read each other's faces and you're both thinking the same thing. Like, I'm hearing this bitch in my mind. Like, I'm sorry for swearing, but it's like I'm hearing that in my mind and I'm seeing that where two people are kind of side-eyeing each other like, this person is like this. What are they talking about? So it seems like you rubbed someone the wrong way by telling them the truth, but you didn't do it with a negative intention. Again, you were just trying to help them. And you didn't know it was a sensitive area for them. And so, yeah, I guess they just don't want to face their own things they need to face. They want to be in denial and run away from it. So take that as it resonates if it resonates for you. There's something about Christmas, family. So for example, I'm seeing something about, let's say your family is hosting something for Christmas and you're not able to make it. They're talking about you, but they're not gossiping, but they're talking about you. Or I just see something about family talking about you in general. But I don't see gossip or negative gossip, just speaking about you in a way where they're praising you and they're proud of you. So what I'm picking up on, for example, is like a father figure or mother figure saying, yeah, my child recently got into this university, or yeah, my child got really good exam results and I'm proud of them, or yeah, my child's really doing well at the moment because someone else asked about you, and then they kind of tell a little bit about what's going on for you right now and how you're doing right now and how they're proud of you. So I definitely feel like an energy of parental figures praising you. I hear that somebody is complaining about you. Why? Why, Spirit? Why are they complaining? I'm hearing it's not fair. It's not fair that, you're doing so well right now and I'm not doing well right now. So there was someone that was looking at you and it feels like they did you wrong and kind of ran away from you, ran away from the consequences or accountability. And they thought at that time of their life, like, I'm doing so much better than you. This is what I'm seeing energetically and visually. But then I see them running in the snow, and then they are kind of looking back at you and smirking in their mind, like, I'm getting away with this. But then little do they know there's a rock they fall over, and then they kind of hit their face, and their face is bleeding. And that's metaphorical for, again, them getting their karma and not seeing it coming. And now tables have turned, and it's like certain people, not even people that just got karma, but certain people feel like it's unfair that you're doing well and they're not doing well. So that's something I also see. As I say that, I hear a faint ringing in my right ear, so that's confirmation from Spirit. Okay, so now for your tarot cards, we have the Nine of Swords reversed, the Temperance card reversed, Knight of Cups reversed, the Moon, the Chariot reversed, and the Queen of Wands. I keep feeling people speaking about your looks and how good you look lately. I also see people speaking about friendships or relationships in your life, like romantic connections or your love life in general. There's a certain person you had in your life you had a strained relationship with them, or you have a strained, complicated, complex relationship with them. And I see people gossiping about that. I also see an energy clairvoyantly, visually, of a situation where someone didn't invite you somewhere and invited all their other friends, and you maybe sensed that they could have been talking about you. This is a specific message for someone if you resonate with this, if this happened recently. And they were gossiping about you, and that's why they didn't invite you. Because I'm seeing, for example, people sit at brunch together and then they're kind of like, oh, what's the tea? Give me the tea, give me the updates. And the reason they didn't invite you is because they were gossiping about you, and a certain friend in their friend group that you're not friends with doesn't like you and is always like pushing this person to talk about you to try find. I feel like the friend that didn't invite you, I don't know if there's malicious intentions or not, but I do feel like they don't try to gossip about you in a negative way, but then the other person kind of takes whatever they say and puts a negative spin on it and says something negative about you, and then tries to get other people there in that group to gossip about you. So that's something I see for somebody here. It won't resonate with everybody. And the reason I also say that, along with that message, I'm seeing a follow-up vision of Mean Girls when Katie hosts the party. That scene where she hosts the party, but then doesn't invite Janice and the other guy, I forgot his name. And then they're upset with her because she didn't invite them. So that's what I see. People could often say that you're so mysterious, they can't figure you out, you're so private. People try to uncover secrets of yours or hidden information about you with the moon. Or you could even find that someone has spread a secret of yours that you shared in confidence. And that rubs me the wrong way, but it's what I'm seeing here. So be careful of private information you want to keep private. Be careful of who you share it to, because that could be going around at the moment. People could also be speaking about your emotional state. So sometimes, when you're really stressed out, they could speak about that. Or, at the moment, like I said, you seem quite happy. You seem to be doing well. We even see this woman smiling in the Queen of Wands. So, yeah, people could be speaking about your current emotional state and how you look to be really experiencing joy right now. You also seem to be letting go of worries and thinking more positively at the moment, and people could be speaking about that. And I see a lot of people being happy for you. I see people that are attracted to you speaking about your allure, your sexiness, um, almost like the things they would do to you in the bedroom. That's what I see, but people could also wonder about your sex life. People could also speak about the fact that you have inspired them in some way to do something. So let's say you did something independently on your own. It can be literally anything, and then you inspired someone to do something similar or something they wanted to do. They could be speaking about that. And I also see this energy of you just being bold and fearless. So people could speak about that, like you seem to be someone that has no fears, or you seem to have really let go of your fears in some way. Someone could be saying that you are a hothead and that you are impatient. And there is someone that is saying you're very powerful, like you have a lot of potential. When I say potential, it feels more romantic or more platonic. So, when they say they have a lot of potential, it means like I see a lot of potential in our connection. There could also be people that you have rejected speaking negatively about you because you rejected them and it hurt their ego. And you could have a past person saying that you pretend you're happy, but you're not, like you haven't really moved on from them, but they're just trying to inflate their own ego. Sometimes when people from your past try to speak about you, they feel a little bit indecisive about whether they should or not, because they speak about you so much, so consistently, that they don't want it to seem like they're the ones that have trouble moving on, when really it's them, it's not you. So I feel like they're just trying to make it seem like they don't care, but really they're the ones that care so much because they're speaking about you so much. So obviously they care. Obviously they're having trouble moving on. So this is what I have for you, pile number 2. I do hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this Malachite Chrysocolla crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at the hot gossip on you. Please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you do find yourself resonating with these messages, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. Also, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, bookings are open. I'm going to be taking my last few readings for the year, and then I'm going to be taking a break for a while with personal readings. So if you don't want to miss out, send me an email to make a booking. You can find my email address in the description box below. So as you can see, I've already pre-shuffled the cards. You have Sewer Mermaid with Your Sensuality is Beautiful. You have Fairy of the Highlands with It's Time to Be Brave. Dress of Alchemy with Release Your Power. And Dried Flower Fairy with Sweet Memories. So the first thing people love to speak about with you this always happens with you and your pile, is your sexiness, your sexuality. People could speak about people you've been with romantically and sexually, and it kind of feels like people also want to hear about your sex life. Like, let's say they're speaking to you, they want to hear the tea from you about your sex life. That's definitely what I see, and I see a lot of people speaking about you in a sexual way where maybe they're attracted to you, and I see them kind of like undressing you with their eyes, speaking about you in that way. There is a lot of speculation going around about your love life or who you're currently with at the moment, or if you slept with this person or not. Like, I see a lot of sex talk, okay? Next, with the Fairy of the Highlands, It's Time to Be Brave. I see that you've recently done something that took a lot of bravery and courage from your side. Maybe you were scared to do this. Maybe you were scared to put yourself out there. Whatever it is, you were scared, but then you put on your brave boots, I'm hearing, and you kind of just saw your own inner power and you did it anyway. And there's someone that's so proud of you. There's someone that is so happy that you did this. And they're seeing you as really powerful in a way. So for some of you, it could be that you stood up to someone that was kind of hostile and dominant over you, and you were scared to do so. And when this person saw you kind of like release your power, they got very intimidated and scared of you because they never thought you would stand up for yourself. Or for some of you, it was putting yourself out there for like something you wanted to do, for example, a job opportunity. Let's say you went and did something new you've always wanted to try, but you were scared of being embarrassed. Take it as it resonates. Those are just different examples, but I definitely see people praising you for your bravery in general. Maybe you're somebody that says things without fear. Maybe you are seen as somebody that is fearless in some way, and is powerful in some way. People definitely also speak about your growth and how you've evolved as a person. I'm feeling Aphrodite around your energy, so definitely people speak about your beauty and, the things that are happening in your love life, romantic partners you've had. I even see people showing pictures of you and being like, I dated this person, or look how beautiful this person is. You should date this person. I'm seeing energies like that, strongly around the love life. With Dress of Alchemy, it's also reminding me of like literally the dresses you wear or how you dress up. So people could speak about your fashion style, the outfits you wore, and really praise it, really compliment you behind your back and be like, oh, did you see what pile number 3 was wearing the other day? I really liked what they were wearing. I really liked pile 3's style. So I do see people speaking about that, maybe even looking at pictures of you on social media and saying, I love this picture of pile number 3. Someone could be saying they don't know if you're mad at them or not because you're kind of giving them the cold shoulder, or you're a little bit distant from them at the moment, or you've been a little bit quiet around them at the moment and they can't tell if you're mad at them or not. And then the other person's being like, no, they're probably not. You're probably just overthinking. Or maybe you had a certain facial expression that looked a little bit angry, but then you weren't angry. Maybe you just had your resting face and they misread it. Or maybe you were angry at someone, I don't know. But there's something about people, or not people, someone speaking about that, like whether they don't know if you're angry at them or not. They don't know if they did something wrong to you. Because it seems like they're saying you switched up on them, or there was this shift in the energy and they don't know if they're reading too much between the lines. Okay, so that's something I see here. People speak about you being such a sweet, loving, and deep person. And I think people often speak about your memories you have together, memories that make them smile. You know, maybe they're telling a funny story and you were in it, you know. Um, so I see something about someone telling a funny story and then, you're included in that story and you did something that made them laugh and now they're speaking about it. Or let's say you did something fun together and they're speaking about that memory. Or let's say they have a picture with you in their house of something they did with you, and then someone looks at this and asks about you, or asks, where was this picture taken? And then they tell the whole story. So there's a lot of people speaking about you from a place of love. I don't really see any negative gossip so far, but a lot of people do like you and speak about you from a positive place. And I feel like most of the times it's people close to you speaking about you to other people they're close to, where they're sharing the memories they're fond of. You may even have some people that are nostalgic about you, where maybe you're no longer in their life, but they tell stories about you to kind of honor their connection they had with you that is now non-existent. So now for your tarot cards, we have the Star in the reverse, we have the Queen of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Two of Wands, with the Ace of Cups at the back of the deck. So Ace of Cups at the back of the deck confirms what I said about people speaking about your love life or romances, flings that you've had. The Star in reverse, when I pulled this card, I heard the song You Don't Know You're Beautiful by One Direction. So people could, I do sense that people often speak about your beauty a lot when they're talking about you. Also, with the Queen of Swords, when people gossip about you, it's more so them telling facts rather than saying things about you that aren't true, or like rumors or anything like that. It's more so them speaking about things that are true, that are facts, if that makes sense. And I do feel like you're very likable. That's what a lot of people say about you. Your coworkers may also talk about you a lot, or just people you go to school with. I hear in the word speak of the devil, so I see somebody speaking about you and then you walk into the room or you phone them and then they're like, oh, speak of the devil, because they were just speaking about you, but not in a negative way. So this is quite interesting that I don't see any negative talk about you, because usually with these gossip readings, it's very common to see, rumors, gossip, projections. So I'm glad to see that the people around you are loyal and trustworthy and they're not speaking negatively behind your back. I see people laughing together with the Hierophant here as he's laughing here. So maybe, like I said, they tell a funny story and you're included in that story and then people are kind of laughing. I also see certain people just watching you and observing you in whenever you're around them, like in person, but then kind of talk about you and what they've observed from you, what they think, how they think you are as a person. But these are more so acquaintances or people you're not so close to. Then they'll be like, I think pile number 3 is like this, but I'm not sure. Because I see someone playing a guessing game about you, um, like people kind of observing you and trying to guess who you are as a person. But I see a group of friends doing this where they do this to everybody. Like they'll sit together and they'll kind of like say to each other, what do you think that person's like? So these are people that kind of just observe others. And I'm also smelling eggs and bacon. So people could speak about your cooking or your favorite foods. Let's say someone wants to cook something for you or take you out to a restaurant, and they ask someone else what's their favorite food. Or let's say someone wants to buy you a gift, but they don't want to buy you something you don't like. So they ask someone that's close to you, what gift would pile number 3 like? People speak about your intellectualism, how intelligent you are, how wise you are with your words, how you always give the best advice. So someone could be saying, pile number 3 gave me this advice. I was so stuck. I didn't know what to do. And their advice just made perfect sense to me. So that's something I see here. I also see this energy of people speaking about the fact that sometimes you look bored, but they're not really sure if you're bored. Maybe you get bored easily. There's also this feeling of you being very busy at the moment where maybe you've had to put your social life on the hold for now because maybe you're focusing on like a deadline or a project you're working on or something you're putting your focus on where you're not really able to, go out and have fun and see people right now. So, maybe you're working a lot at the moment. Maybe you have a test or exam coming up. So you're studying a lot. So there's this feeling of currently people asking where you are and saying, oh, I miss pile number 3. I thought they were going to be here today. So that's what I see for you. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.